Hey friends, welcome to my channel and to today's video. Thank you for joining me today. So what I'm going to be doing today is I'm going to be talking about my top 10 underrated eyeshadow palettes of all time. And these palettes seriously flew under the radar for most of these brands, and it's such a shame because they are all really, really great. And I think they are totally worth pulling out if you have them in your collection. A lot of these are discontinued. A lot of them are older. In case you didn't know, I am literally on a no-buy. I have reached my saturation point with the amount of eyeshadow palettes that I have. That's not to say that I don't want new eyeshadow palettes, but I don't need them right now, and I'm really trying to save some money because I want to go see this fellow, J-Hope, and the 6 other brothers from BTS in September. So I am trying to save some coin, and really, truthfully, I have everything I could possibly need with makeup. So if you're new to my channel, hello, welcome. My name is Amy. This is Dolly Mama's Daily Life, and on this channel, I talk about anything and everything that interests me. So in this case, I'm talking about makeup, and I'm talking about eyeshadow palettes. Now, eyeshadow palettes have always been one of my favorite things. Eyeshadow has always been one of my favorite things, and I have a huge eyeshadow palette collection. Like I said, none of these are new. But I have a lot of eyeshadow palettes, and I love playing with makeup. I love doing different techniques. I love doing different color combinations. And so what we're going to do today is I'm just going to go through my top 10 most underrated eyeshadow palettes of all time. Now, these are in no particular order. I am not going to rank them, but you guys should probably see some of these coming. If you know me and if you've been with my channel for a while, then you're going to know that I love these eyeshadow palettes. And I feel like they deserve way more attention than they got upon release. Okay, so welcome, and please subscribe, like this video, share it with a friend, do all those things. We're a small but mighty crew, but we would like to grow here on YouTube. So we are gonna get started. And like I said, no particular order. These are palettes that I just feel are so extremely underrated, and I'm just like, they deserve way more love. The first one, and this is going to be no shock to any of you that know me, but it's the Paletopoly from Ace Beauté. I don't know what happened to Ace Beauté. I really don't. They still have a live website, but nothing is on it. And they're supposed to rebrand, but I don't know what's happening with them. So this is, my friends, is the Paletopoly palette. I love this palette. I've loved this palette from the moment I got it. It is my favorite Ace Beauté palette in my collection, and I have 6 of them. This is my favorite one, by far. I love this so much. I have 7. I think it's 7. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. This is just so good. Neutrals mixed with colors. I like bouncing around in here. And it's just so much fun. And I think the main reason this flew under the radar for a lot of people is because when they first started selling this, it came with a game, which I think in theory was a really good idea. It was a concept. It was gimmicky, but it was fun. But a lot of people didn't want that aspect of the palette. They just wanted this. They finally started selling it by itself, which I think is a shame. I wish they would have just done that in the first place, because I think a lot of more people would have gotten on board with this, because this was a bigger palette from Ace Beauté, and it had so much fun. I had so much fun with it. So there's that one. Now the next one I'm going to mention, this one is actually on sale on Nomad's website because they're going to discontinue it. This is the Okavango Safari palette from Nomad. I adore this. Now this one I actually got sent to me by Nomad. I wasn't on the PR list. I mean, I was for like 1 year, and they sent me a few of their palettes. This is the Okavango Safari palette. Now this is one of Nomad's neutral / colorful palettes, and this looks very neutral, but oh my god, is it the most beautiful palette ever. You've got this like this mustard over here, some of these peachier shades, some greens, grays, really deep, beautiful shades. I loved everything in this palette except for this shade right here. I have such hard pan in that. I don't know what happened with this shade. The Roaring Lions, which is a shame because it's so beautiful. I still can use it, but I really have to like build it up because it's so hard in there. So that is the Okavango Safari palette. Now, if you don't have this and you want it, now's the time. So this is on sale on Nomad's website. They are discontinuing it, so act now. Okay, the next one. Now, I don't know that this is necessarily underrated, but when these palettes came out, there was a set of 4 of them. And they're from Lethal Cosmetics, and they're the Avatar: The Last Airbender palettes. and from the Nickelodeon show. And I'm telling you when I tell you, this one was my favorite, and everybody that I know that has these palettes say this is their least favorite. This is the Air palette from Nomad Cosmetics in collaboration with Avatar: The Last Airbender. This one is my favorite. I love this. I think this is so versatile. You can do so much with this. This is a perfect travel palette. I mean, because you really can use it in so many different ways. For a 9-pan palette, that's pretty spectacular. So this is the Avatar: The Last Airbender Air palette with Lethal Cosmetics, and I think it's stunning. A lot of other people were like, the green one, the earth one. I'm like, no, the air one. That's my favorite. Okay, so the next palette I want to talk about, oh my God, this one breaks my heart like in 1,000 pieces, because this palette, the symbolism of this palette and the meaning behind this palette is absolutely heartbreaking. This is the Machina palette from Blend Bunny Cosmetics. This beautiful palette, Maggie, the owner of Blend Bunny, collaborated with her dad to create this color story. It's kind of an AI meets like an artificial intelligence AI robots, like a sterile robotic situation, mixing with the colors of beautiful like floral fauna. And it's just the absolutely most beautiful palette. And it's called the Machina palette, like Machina, like Ex Machina. And I swear to God, it's the most stunning palette. This is probably, I bounce back and forth between what is my favorite palette from Blend Bunny, but this one is definitely up in the top for me. It is so absolutely stunning. And it got discontinued rather quickly. They put it on discount, and then, you know, once she was out, she was out. And I don't know, for me, I think what catches me most about this palette is the actual like meaning behind it, and working with her dad before he passed away. It's so beautiful, you guys. I really love this palette, the Machina palette from Blend Bunny Cosmetics. There you go. Now, this one I think is just, a lot of people said, oh, it's just a rainbow palette. The formula is not like superb or anything like that, but it works. And if you were in the mood for a fun rainbow palette and you loved Street Fighter, this is the Prismatic Pugilist palette from Game Beauty, in collaboration with Street Fighter. Now, what I love most about this palette is this girl right here. I think it's a girl. I don't know. Looks like Hongjun from ATEEZ, and he's one of my biases. So I was like so excited when I got this, and I looked at it and I was like, it's Hongjun. Anyway, it's not, but you get the drift. Okay, so here we go. I am a K-pop stan, if you didn't know. This one is a two-sided palette. It's a hexagonal palette, which means it's six-sided. Super hard to store, but I think it's so fun. And really, the colors are really fun in here. If you just wanted a bright pop with a fun shimmer, there's more mattes in here than shimmers. I think the mattes are better than the shimmers, but it's fun. And Game Beauty is kind of hit or miss. I've heard different things about them, and a lot of people were like, it's not the best, but I really like it, and I'm glad I have it, and I think it's totally underrated. Okay, another one from Nomad. I try not to repeat brands, but in this particular case, I felt like I had to say something about this palette because I've been using it a lot recently, and I think it's so much fun. And it is the Nomad Keys Beachy and Peachy, based on the Florida Keys. And it was one of their summer releases, I think a couple years ago, maybe last year, I don't remember, but I love this. I think this is so pretty. I have had so much fun mixing this side with this side, using these lighter shades as inner eye portions, not inner eye portion. I say like from the first third of the corner into the center of my eye. That's what I like to put my makeup on that way. These three shades are so good for that. And then you have some deeper shades. This is the deepest shade in the palette, and it is purple. Thank you, Lord. But it blends out beautifully with all the other colors. So it's just gorgeous. And I think it's relatively underrated. I really, really do enjoy this. So that's the Keys Beachy and Peachy. We got to move along here, people. Okay. The next one is, oh my God, my favorite palette from Gourmand Girls of all time. This came and went, and this was a very symbolic palette for the brand owner of Gourmand Girls, Christina. And this is the Calavera palette, and it is a Dia de los Muertos palette, Day of the Dead palette, that she did in honor of her grandparents. And I love this. A lot of people never talked about it. I mean, I didn't see people talk about it. And then it went on sale really fast, and then it was gone. Listen, I love her 14-pan palettes, don't get me wrong. because I have like 5 of them, but this one is my absolute favorite. I love the combination of colors. The shimmers are good. This shade is so messy. It reminds me of an Adept shade. And I only have one Adept palette. And I only have one Adept palette for a reason, because these shades in here, the shades in Heather's palette are so messy. I just never want to use it. But I love the combination of colors. The light mattes mixed with some of these dark mattes. I have a black. This is the only shade I don't really care for, but this is a greenish gray. It is so stunning, you guys. The Calavera palette, I swear, I wish this was still available. Oh, it's so pretty. So that is from Hormone Girls. Okay, this palette I think is just one of those palettes that was ahead of its time with this brand. And this is from Dee Dee Signature. This is the Blooming Basket palette. Now, after this palette came out, and like the coffee palette, the cappuccino palette, I can't remember what it was called. After those palettes, I think Dee Dee Signature really took off. But this one was the first Dee Dee Signature palette that I ever bought, and I'm telling you, I'm obsessed with this palette. I think it's so beautiful. This was one of my favorite palettes of the year that I got it. And I don't know if that was last year or if it was the year before. I think it was last year, but Dee Dee Signature has been on a roll, and the packaging has gotten better, and you know, the formula just keeps getting better, but the formula in this is fine. I mean, it's beautiful. I love this dark row. I have some dark shades down here too, but these 2 light mattes, beautiful. Lots of great deepening shades. I swear to you guys, when I tell you I have used this like a crap 10, I'm not even joking you. I think it's superb. And yes, her packaging has gotten way better. A lot of people said your packaging, and I'm like, leave her alone. Like, she's just trying to do her best, live her best life, but this palette went under the radar, and I am here for it. Okay, now this one I have a very tender place in my heart for. This is the Cabana Club from ColourPop. Now, nobody talked about this. I don't remember seeing any videos about this, but when I got it and I used it, I'm like, what? People are missing out on this, and then it was gone. It was like a very limited edition. I don't know what happened, but I love this. I love me a good colorful / neutral palette. I love half and half. I'm a neutral and colorful person. So when I have neutral options in a palette with color, I'm here for it. I love this. I just wish more people talked about it, because it was really one of the best things ColourPop ever did, by far. In my personal opinion, yes. This is the Cabana Club from ColourPop. Last but definitely not least is the palette that is on my eyes, you guys, and I swear this took me a while to come around to, and a lot of people didn't really care for this palette, and it was one of the Inside Holiday palettes. This is the Hey Reindeer palette, and I love this palette. And it is very, very strange. I mean, you look at this, when you first look at this, you're just like, huh? But if you do your makeup like me, you're gonna see, hey, this is actually really, really fun. I really, really like this. I used this shade today. I used this lilac shade, like lilac pink in my inner corner. I used this on my lid, and that's it. This shade in my outer corner, this shade in my inner portion, and this shade on my lid, excuse me. Hey Reindeer. I mean, a lot of people like the Snowman palette, and it's good, but I like this one more. And I never hear anybody say they like this one more. So I have to do it, because that's just me, and that's how I roll. So you guys, that's 10 absolutely underrated eyeshadow palettes of all time. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please like it. If you have any of these palettes and you love them too, be sure to leave me a thumbs up. If you have a palette that you feel is underrated that I didn't mention, please mention it down below. I would love to hear your take on underrated palettes. And that is all she wrote for today's video, you guys. So thank you for being here today. Bora, hey, finger hearts, purple, you're awesome and amazing. Thank you for being you. Thank you for being just who you are, as your unique person that God intended you to be. And remember, go out in the world and be a good human. You know, treat others as you would like to be treated, and love others as Jesus has loved you. I love you so, so much, you guys, and I'm so happy to be back on YouTube, and I hope you enjoyed today's video. And I'm going to say ta-ta for now. Bye!